Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Minecraft how-to. This time we're gonna tackle traditional Danish housing, and it's more half timbered properties. Half timbered basically means that they use wooden structure to support their housing, and then they fill it up with some kind of filling. The filling can basically be everything. They can use bossy fabric, stones, timbers. Really, they use cop without any wooden support, but that's only for small houses. And the interior walls were often plastered for warmth and appearance. But wattle and dope was the most common infill in ancient times. The doubt that they use wattle and dope in this kind of building because wattle and dope is basically just random stuff they find on the ground, like clay, sand, or even animal dung. So, yeah, I think we're past that period. There's most likely some kind of rock that's plastered in with some kind of maybe lime or clay. So, what we got going right here, I just want to point out, every time I'm doing something, I always get bigger and bigger. Like, last thing was bigger than the previous, and this one's even bigger. Someone, please, for the love of God, stop me. I don't like this. I want to go smaller again. And let's get into the how-to, shall we now? Right, so for the base I use some dead coral block in combination with cobblestone, because it gives you some kind of texture in your build and it gives you a good foundation that's not wood. Then for the walls I use spruce log with yellow terracotta, but as it says, the filling can really be anything. So if you rather use something else, like other types of colors, it all works. Like every color works. I wouldn't go for a blue or anything like that. That sounds pretty ugly. But if you want to use white or red, just go for it. Other than that, the windows are, like I always do, some kind of stairs with walls and window panes. It just works the best. I know there are other ways to make windows look nice, but for these kind of buildings, it always works better. It's a shame that we don't have terracotta stairs and wall, because that will be even better, but we gotta work with what we have, right? Then for the details I use trapdoors and stairs, and pillar up one, so one to the front, and then you just do the same thing, but with more windows. Always do the same amount of the layers, so it's always well, I did it down here as well, as you see, like some kind of, it doesn't really matter what you use here, but it helps you figure out what the foundations are of your build. So here's the wooden pillars, and here's the clay, terracotta, sorry. And then you just do it over again. So you know how many that you need and what the spacing is between everything. And it also helps with knowing how big your building is. So that's just some helping thing I sometimes do, and it really works with any build, to be honest. Anyway, I was saying you always go one up, and then you do the same pattern. And once you get to the roof, you kind of just try and work out what the best way is to put your wooden beams in. Like over here, I put the wooden beam down, and from there on I went diagonal. Then just point out again that it's really annoying to make diagonals look good in this game. Like, you can make a cross, but that's not how it's supposed to be. Like, most of the building that's like diagonal from here down here, so it's big like this. But yeah, I went with this pattern, but honestly, I could do something like this as well, like this. Like, I mean, something's off from it. Whatever I do, it feels off. So maybe you can do something like this instead. I mean, that could work, right? Other than that, not much going on in the front. Just use some kind of little details like the trapdoors, or else your build will look pretty bland. I feel like it's on the verge of becoming pretty bland right now as well. But I think it's just enough decorations to actually work nice. For roofing I use trapdoors. We can get that shadow drop down, and it also looks better from far away. Well, it looks kind of flat, and now it looks like a roof, you know. Pretty easy, standard stuff. I also use the black rock for the shadow from below, and also use it for the gutter. No, it's not connected to the gutter, but let's just imagine this. The gutter itself is just some windows, and then I summoned some levers with the fill in, like this, with fill and a lever, and then you like say, I want it facing west or east, whatever you need, and then you face it on either the floor or the ceiling, depending on where you want it to be. And just keep it going down like this. Use a debug stick if you want to remove the spacing between your wall and the pillar. If you don't have a debug stick, it's fine, it works as well. I just prefer the detached look of the gutter. And I just use some water again, spray it out towards the lake, or it's fine. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can also use a dropper or a dispenser. Yeah, dispenser. Next, for the roofing, we have mud brick stairs, wax exposed cut copper stairs. Make sure they're waxed or else they're all going to turn green, and I don't think that's going to be great. And other than that, granite stairs. It gives you a little more texture in your roofing. If you use the same block over and over again, that's fine, but you know, it's kind of looking bland. The mud bricks are great for roofing, as they also have a little bit more detail in them, so it looks less bland even if you use only one block. And you can even build off like that. For the chimneys, I use polished diorite as a foundation, and on top of that I used white concrete powder. The reason why I use powder is because it gives you more of a texture for your chimney, because they look plastered, and if you use just the concrete itself, it's way too smooth. You know, it gives that very smooth feeling, and that's not something you want in your chimney. I mean, look at this. And it works, right? But powder just gives you more detail. It gives you a better feeling than, like, if you look over here, see that doesn't look that great, the concrete. Well, the powder looks more of like a chimney feeling. I use the sandstone stairs here for more color, and it also gives you, I don't know, it gives you a better look, right? If it was all white, it wouldn't look as nice as it does now. And then use some, well, doesn't really matter what kind of campfire you use. You just like a soil campfire. Then use whatever you want, just for the smoke. You can also make your own smoke with cloth and chocolate, but it's fine, right? It's fine. If you're feeling that someone lives there, I really like that. Now the side walls, they are not that special. Like, they're just the same thing as the front walls, but more windows. Just way more windows. Also, the front here has 3 windows and 1 space on each side, and this one has 6 windows and 1 space on each side. So this the other side is, if I can count correctly, 3 windows wider. We come down here, we got the entrance. We also got a little pathway going on with some lanterns, just to give it a nice little feeling. And I always make some kind of interiors for my houses. Mostly they're like interiors for someone who lives there. At this time I was like, you know what? We got this big space, might as well just make a bowling alley, right? That's a fun thing. So I went ahead and made my little bowling spaces with the little seats and tables. Got these lamps where you can say like, oh, I need some service over here, I need some drinks. You can just turn it on or off. If you need something, you turn it on. If you don't need it, you turn it off. Then we got our bowling balls, which you can use player heads for. I did some creeper heads here because, one, I'm lazy, and 2, they kind of work, right? They got 3 holes as well. I mean, it's kind of sinister that you would use a head for a ball, but maybe if you can figure out like a player head which looks like a bowling ball, or you can make your own face a bowling ball and then use your own player head for the balls. The little dispensers here, You throw the ball away and it comes back and shoots out. Obviously, it doesn't work. I guess you could make it work if you know how to make a working bowling game. It's pretty easy to make this thing work with hoppers, but that's not something I'm doing right now. We got some fences for the bowling pins, and these are all screens. You can make use banners to say like, oh, you got a strike or a par. Right, other than that, we got our little shoes over here, because you always need to wear those little nifty shoes when you go bowling. And this very ugly carpet, because bowling always have some ugly carpet. We all know that. We never know why, but they always do. And we got a little bar over here, really fancy, which is some beer taps and other drinks. Then we got a little storage room over here. And if you follow the carpet up here, then you get into some kind of cafeteria zone where you can just sit and relax with your mate under a candle light looking at the wall. Or you can look at how people absolutely mess up their throws and always land in the gutter because they can't play, just like me. Okay. Now moving on. Let's say you want to have a little something going on. You have plenty of room. And you look at this entire space, right? So down here you got lots of room as well, but even if you make the second story, you have so much room. You can do so much stuff over here. And if you want to make it full of with rooms, you can do that as well. I did some stuff over here because I just couldn't help myself. Little kitchen over here with a pet bird which is flying around, little happy, jolly little bird. And I got the kitchen like always. We can't really do anything wrong with making kitchens, can you? And if you come over here, you got this fancy little dinner plates with plates and knives. We don't have forks, so you can use trident, but we don't have room for forks, more likely. And you got your little hanging lanterns and something that's broken over here. Your little paintings, bookcases, just a little bit cozy, Just don't look outside because outside is ugly. Alright, so if you want to do that, you can do that as well. You can make your entire house in just one big cozy zone. But yeah, like I just want to give you guys more of a feeling of how big this place is, and I want to give you more of a creative freedom. Where you can think of, oh, maybe I can do this, or maybe I can do that, and just live your own life, You don't need me to give you everything in your mouth. It's like, oh, you have to do this. No, just be yourself. Make your own house, make your own interior. Just showing you how to make a Danish style building. There you have it. Cozy little house, right? So where do we start? Right, so from the exterior I use spruce. It's very easy to get if you're in a spruce biome or snowy, what's it called? Snowy? Oh, it's just a taiga, okay. So it's very easy to get spruce if you're living in a taiga. Then I also use snow because diorite is ugly. I'm sorry, diorite. And terracotta or red concrete is very hard to get in survival, certainly if you're like a new player. That's why I use snow. If you have materials for any other block, like any concrete, you can use that, or any terracotta, feel free to use that. And I used acacia stairs for the windows, and I tried to do something different with just using glass panes instead of using fences or walls. That way it's still very easy to get, and it's pretty, looks alright. Not the biggest fan of the acacia though, so if you want to use any other wood, feel free to do that. And I used deep slate for some more, colors. Black's not really a color, but you know what I mean. It's like a different kind of block in here. For the roofing I used the same thing as the B building over there. Mud bricks with granite stairs. I use the stairs and the blocks for more decoration. Then on the inside, since we're using snow, I didn't really want to burn down our house with any other lights because snow melts pretty easily. So instead I use a little campfire in the middle that will like warm your entire house and gives enough light to lighten up every space. Like if you look at the client light or the server light, you will see that it's just light enough to stop monsters from spawning. And if you go up with a little outpost so you can look around if none of your lousy friends are going to attack you or want to play a prank on you, some little outpost. And then on the top you go to use some storage area where you can put your stuff. And if you got really sneaky friends, like some friends that are just evil and they want to use you as a prank and like, oh no, I didn't pick your diamonds, you can do this. So in here there's plenty of room for hidden chests, right? You can fill them up with chests, put all your good stuff in there and block it off like that and nobody will know. And then we of course have this chimney, which is yeah, I know it's diorite. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. And then deep slate and campfire to make it look like someone lives in there. Just the standard stuff. And I think that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you want to see me suffer or do anything else, like make another type of building that you really want to see me build, then just let me know in the comment section and I'll see you guys in the next episode.